Hello, my fellow Cowboys fans. I'm Marcus Aurelius Maximus. We got some breaking news here. Jay Ratliff, our Pro Bowl defensive tackle, received a knee injury in practice today. So he's questionable for the game. We'll have more details on that right after the break, as well as all the news. Don't go anywhere! If you're looking for a website that provides insights on the NFL, NBA, MLB, and every sport in between, you can do no better than viewfromthebench.com. It also has a forum where you can chat with other fans. Viewfromthebench.com, a proud supporter of Cowboys Imperial Report. Alright, welcome back to the show. Pro Bowl defensive tackle Jay Ratliff sustained a knee injury today in practice at about 1:54 p.m. The Cowboys are evaluating him, so his status remains uncertain for Sunday's game. That's the news that we have here on Cowboys Imperial Report. And, that's just what we have to deal with. Things like that happen. People are already trying to get on to Wade Phillips for this or something. They're already looking for someone to blame. Can you believe this? This Wern D off of Nick Eatman's blog, who blames the practice facility bubble collapsing, and then you got some moron down here, Chino or whatever, trying to blame it on Wade Phillips. They're not worth my time. What is worth my time are real Cowboys fans. Real Cowboys fans! Not microcephalics like you who'll believe anything. Why will you believe anything? I don't know why. Because you're proving what Henry Louis Minkin said when he said that no one ever lost money betting against the intelligence of Cowboys fans, you pukes. So let's get to real Cowboys fans like Preston Quinn, the pain train. I don't know what that means. I guess this is what Carolina Guru was talking about in his videos. We said, pain train, pain train, pain train. Well, I guess this is who he's talking about. Hey, Preston, welcome to Cowboys Imperial Report. How's it going?
It's an honor to be on such an esteemed broadcast.
Come on. Get out of here. I mean, it's nice. We have one listener, So, let me ask you this. Are the Cowboys in the clear when it comes to, the rest of the season and the critics? What do you think?
Gosh, man, with this team, there's always going to be, you wonder if there's going to be regression. I think when I'll start to feel comfortable, if we've got to go in, take Seattle down. And we got to take Seattle down the way that we can take them down, the much better team that we are than the Seahawks. We need to go in there and show that. We need to assert some dominance against the Seattle Seahawks. That, compiled with getting over the mental block of the devastating loss at the end of the season last year with Philadelphia. If we go in and we can take down Philadelphia in Philly by good 10 points with minimal turnovers and as minimal amount of penalties as we possibly can do. If we can have a solid game over Philadelphia and a good win over the Seahawks, I'll feel confident we have enough momentum that we've gotten past the hump that we've had lately.
Is this a trap game with Seattle?
By definition of the term, it is, because I think that it would be easy. It's probably easy for us as fans more so than it is for the Cowboys to look past the Seahawks at the Eagles game. But also for it to be a trap game, we need to have had, I say more momentum than we do currently have. I know it feels like as fans that we have a lot of momentum right now because of the big win against Atlanta, but we are still coming off of a bye. We are still coming off of a game against a terrible Kansas City team that we had to win in overtime. So to call any game a trap game right now, but I guess you could say it could be one.
What are the Cowboys' weaknesses?
Offensively, it is what it is. We are one of the most talented teams in football. We go as Romo goes. But at the same time, the offensive line has to block. And the difference that I saw against Atlanta was we actually had the running backs stay back longer and take down a lot of blitzing backs. A lot of the blitzing secondary was coming in. I actually saw Felix Jones knock a guy off the TV screen on a block. That gave Romo plenty of time, and obviously with Miles Austin stepping up where Roy Williams hasn't, it's given Romo another target, and he picked him clean. Weakness-wise, the offensive line needs to show up like it did against Atlanta. We need to watch the penalties. That's our biggest biggest weakness. And honestly, I love the aggressiveness of the defense. I love the way that Newman and Jenkins and Sensabaugh were teeing off on Atlanta's receivers. But at the same time, a good championship football team is going to exploit that aggression. When we are desperately trying to sack the quarterback, when we're trying to jump snaps, snap counts and get in there quick, a lot of times DeMarcus Ware, just as much as anybody, will allow containment to break and allow a delay handoff to burn us bad. Also will allow a screen pass to burn us. With the defensive backs playing confident football that they played this week, they also were playing aggressive football, which against the championship team, if we don't get to the quarterback the way that we got to Matt Ryan, a double move with a big pump would burn our cornerbacks big time, multiple times a game, and I'm a little worried about that.
Okay, so what's your prediction then?
Seattle's O-line is depleted. They've got some injuries. Julius Jones still hasn't figured out how to break a tackle. Nate Burleson, Bushman's out, neither one throwing up huge numbers. Seattle's shown the ability to blow teams out. They don't do it this week. Dallas Cowboys 34, Seattle Seahawks 10.
Preston Quinn, the Pain Train, thank you for being on Cowboys Imperial Report.
Hail to the Emperor.
All right, yeah, that's what we like to hear. Thanks. So let's go ahead and take a look at the news that's going on. As I said, Jay Ratliff with the knee job. And well, I really think that now we can see what we really have in Junior C of E. And this is from Jerry Fraley from the Dallas Morning News. Reborn Junior C of E has succeeded where more heralded Tank Johnson failed, giving the Cowboys an effective backup at nose tackle. What? Did I just read? Well, this guy's not long for the DFW media. He'll get fired within a week for telling the truth like that. The Cowboys have credited him with being in on 7 tackles during 16... come on. The Cowboys crediting their own players with tackles would be like your mom telling you look handsome. Then we have an article out of the Dallas Morning News about Marcus Spears, who's having his best season of his career. Incidentally, it's also contract year, so I wonder why he's having a good year. No. But this is an interesting note. He has been working in the off-season. He worked out occasionally in the off-season with Randy White. Did he really? Yes, he did. This dispels the myth that some people want to run over you, the bunco, that these Cowboys have no connection with the past. And he calls Randy White every couple of weeks about the nuances of interior line play or hunting and fishing. Well, okay. And this is from Todd Archer. The only person, one of the very few people in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, in the media, that actually does his job and doesn't try to spin things. It's amazing they kept him for the job so long. Then this one is from... who's this from? I think this is from Moore, David Moore, the guy who looks like Q off of Star Trek The Next Generation. He writes an article about young buds starting to blossom for the Dallas Cowboys, which, this can't be true either, because after all, we need a GM, and we have no player or personnel scouting departments. Our drafts have been horrible back to 1996. No, hush, my darling. Never mind the fact that since Bill Parcells left in 2007, we got a clutch Pro Bowl kicker, finally a fullback that we didn't have to convert from linebacker, and a pass rusher and a linebacker that's better than Bobby Carpenter with the Tuna's last first-round pick. Hush, my darling. Never mind the fact, look over the fact that we have 2 running backs that'll definitely be better than the Julius Jones-Marion Barber combo that we had. Never mind that Martellus Bennett had better stats in his rookie season than Anthony Fasano had in his whole 2 years with the Dallas Cowboys. Shh, it's not really happening that the Dallas Cowboys have 2 shutdown cornerbacks in Orlando Scandrick and Mike Jenkins. No, we need to get a GM. We need a complete overhaul, because the drafts have been terrible since '96. Well, I'm going to try to get my homework done for this weekend, so I'll have no guilt as I watch the Dallas Cowboys beat the Seattle Seahawks to the score of 28-7. That's all. That's what I expect to do this weekend. So what does that make me? A bad guy? Probably. Another update. You know, I do the sounds of the CNS. Well, I want you to check this video out. It's from my friend Big D3194. I back him, I support him, I got him into this whole YouTube thing. And I want you to watch his latest video. And with that said, God save the Cowboys and Garrett DeLinda S. Yes, he's got one more shot. If he does good this weekend, I won't say it anymore. But until then, he's still the biggest schmuck of our generation. That's all.